Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So we have another body language expert who has gone over the signals and the signs that they picked up during watching Meghan and Harry's tell-all revelation interview with Oprah. And what they have basically concluded is that Meghan Markle's dominance over Harry is shown in constant hand gripping in Oprah interview. Now, I don't think that we need to watch this interview to understand that Meghan Markle has single-handedly overtaken Harry's life. He's not even having a British existence anymore, and he has fully betrayed his family for this marriage, for this relationship, and he is a former shell of his former self. That is really the truth of it all, and that's how I personally see it, and a lot of other people. But I'm going to get into this anyway because we do like to go over these things, don't we? And it has become rather entertaining, very entertaining for us all to watch. So the article is by The Express, and it has a lot of people riled up and leaving their thoughts and feelings, but I will get to the comment section in a bit. Meghan Markle showed dominance and a nurturing stance towards Prince Harry during their bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, according to an expert. Body language expert Andrea Gordon explained how the Duchess of Sussex gripped the Duke's hand, which suggests dominance in their relationship. Speaking to express.co.uk, Miss Gordon said, "They are gripping each other's hands with fingers spread and intertwined as opposed to relaxed hand holding. This grip shows both intensity of feeling and of the situation they are in. Most of the time, Meghan's hand is on top, which shows dominance, but the gesture also suggested a feeling of safety, as the Duchess reassured her husband throughout the conversation." Well, she would be reassuring him during such a conversation, because he knew the very disparaging, damaging effect that this interview was going to do to his family, and he knew that it was pretty much the end of his relationship with his family as he had ever known it upon dropping these revelations to Oprah, which we don't know whether it was completely false and made up. I'm beginning to believe that the comments regarding the Flower Girls and this whole baby skin tone thing were definitely exaggerated revelations with not much substance, but they were put out there in order to insinuate the worst possible outcome for the rest of the fam. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. So I'm going to continue on here. The expert added, also, there is a nurturing sense to Meghan's handhold over Harry, a reassurance of being safe. "I got your back," which ITV aired in the UK on March 8th, sent shockwaves through the world as the couple made explosive claims about their time as working members of the royal family. One of Prince Harry's most explosive allegations was that royal raised concerns about how dark their son Archie's skin tone would be before he was born. He later clarified to Winfrey off camera that it was not the Queen or Prince Philip. According to Mrs. Gordon, Harry tends to display a baseline behaviour, such as fidgeting and covering his lower torso. Such habits reveals the Duke's nervousness and may also imply he is not comfortable dealing with cameras. Miss Gordon said, "Harry has a baseline behaviour. We all do, by the way. Body language readers have to figure out an individual's baseline behaviour before they can correctly read someone. So Harry blinks a lot and fidgets with things, his wedding ring, his fingertips, and he has always done that. I think that I have covered that on this channel before, that Harry, during the finalisation of his royal engagements, was fidgeting a lot with that wedding ring and with his hands, almost as though he was unsure of what he was doing. But, you know, he's gone this far in a desperate attempt to sabotage his brother's future and his legacy. Why would he suddenly get a conscience and stop all of this nonsense that he has begun with this woman? She continues on to say, Harry fidgets with things, fidgets with his jacket button, etc., so on and so forth. This is his baseline behaviour. When walking, he will cover his torso with usually his right hand. He covers his lower torso most of the time in this interview with his hands, which is what readers call a barrier and denotes nervousness. He is not comfortable in front of any camera ever, as we have seen on previous footage. And that is true. He is always fidgeting, and I think that it's guilt, to be honest. I think that it comes from a place of guilt. Because if you look at old interviews of Harry, he didn't display all of these negative traits. Someone else has commented, people are commenting like crazy on this article. They have said, this house of cards, the Harry conundrum, will fall apart if only the truth will come out about Harry's real father's identity and the leisurely way Lady Di indulged in. The royal family hid this to avoid the scandal, but the consequences of having admitted into the family someone that doesn't belong will haunt them till they tell the truth and expel the foreign element forever. Another person said, I recall the day when the Prince of Wales gave up his throne, his duties for the love of an American divorcee. We are two quite different countries enjoined by the same language. It is not surprising that such varying interpretations could have emerged. Someone else has said, it seems as though Harry's real father got off scot-free. I bet he thanks God every night. And obviously that's the whole implication that, you know, Harry is an illegitimate child. He's not, you know, Prince Charles's son. I don't know. The speculation and the rumours are never ending. So another person says, Harry talks about how his mother was treated and his father's pain, but fails to acknowledge that part of the problem was that his parents married very quickly. William learnt the lesson and took his time to ensure that whoever he married would be the right one, able to deal with the royal life and the press, which is true. Harry has made a big mistake. He did marry Meghan really quickly. He was determined to do it all his way, and it's ended in the shattering of his former life. As someone else has said, Meghan Markle is a classic malignant narcissist. It's unfortunate that Harry dragged this one home. I seriously suggest the Queen, Prince Charles and Prince Philip revisit their wills. The Queen needs to remove their titles immediately. There's no reason to wait. That interview is not sufficient grounds to move forward with her 1-year evaluation and remove their titles. It's over. The only people that refuse to accept their decisions and choices are the Harkles. The Queen needs to rethink who follows her to the throne. If she wants to protect the institution and the future of the country, she will ask Prince Charles to set aside and allow William and Catherine to step up now, not another 20 years down the road. It's that important, which is true. I mean, there is a constitutional crisis, essentially, and that is really where it's at. And we know that there's been this great effort to kind of knock Meghan and Harry off of the front cover of all the news publications. That's my personal thoughts and feelings. I'm not going to elaborate on that right now in this video because it's a whole nother topic, which is, you know, something that I think has to be covered, which I will eventually get round to doing. So, with all of that being said and done, Meghan has ruined, in my personal opinion, Harry's life. What more can we really say? She definitely does dominate him. She does run the relationship. She wears the trousers, and it hasn't been a great outcome for him. He's lost a lot. She's gained a lot. She said, oh, we've lost a lot. She hasn't lost anything. She was not even a topic of conversation 5 years ago. She was essentially nobody, especially in the UK, especially globally, especially in Hollywood. Harry has lost a hell of a lot in this process. And that's where I'm going to leave the video. So I'll be back with another one. Bye, guys.